So everyone 100 for the dealer for the book.
No, I'm going to start in 2 minutes. Is that right?
You got to know. Okay, yeah.
I'll do that.
Can only win it small blind wins the button game, by the way, not the button.
It's not decent, right?
Yeah.
If you win standing up, everyone sat down, not only is back at 100, they have to give you 100 as well. And you're the only one that gets to sit down. That's brilliant.
Top up the button.
Oh, yeah. Should have bought him for 500 in this game. You're going to be all in.
72k minimum.
Usually that game would be a 1k minimum, but yeah, just make it.
When it's bonus, I guess.
Yeah, 2 points. Yeah.
The other day, right? Come out from a loss for me. I got a Jack 5.
Won't ask why you're in the
Jack 5 game, weird.
You just knew he had 7 deuce.
What a run out.
Got him crushed. Grab a load. Fill your pockets, like you're robbing him. I think we're about good, yeah. Turn step damage.
Yeah.
Turn step damage.
Sorry? No water, Jack?
Yeah, cheers.
Sorry?
Hi, good evening. Welcome to Luton. Hope everybody is well. This is the cash game. We've all been watching them sit down. We've all been getting themselves ready. Seat 4, Colshaw is on his way. And also is Jamie Lee. They're on the way and in there. But we have got cash and you know most of the lineup. Good evening.
Good evening.
Well?
Yeah, most of the lineup. Yeah, good. Most of the lineup I know. Some familiar faces for a lot of you that watch the live stream. Mitch regular on cash game stream. Seen a bit of Sean over the years. Jack Veal regular this year. Vinny as well.
Yeah,
good to
Vinny.
see Vinny back. What are you doing?
No. I'm ready. Ready for action. They've got a couple of side games going as well. The button game's on. So if you win a hand in the small blind, you'll win the money on the button. And also, if you win with hand with 7-2, it's £100 off everybody. And also, it'll trigger the stand-up game. So there's plenty going on as well as the sides. Looking forward to it. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the final live stream week before Bright Light City. Gonna set my soul on fire. It is a 7-week break.
Are you going to be out there, Tower?
I don't know.
I'm sure you will. You always just rock up,
I
don't you?
don't know. You might see me with flip-flops, you never know. So yes, this is the final week of GUKPT action until Goliath for the team which is like a 7-week break because a lot of players, people will be on their way to Vegas bracelet hunting. There's plenty already on their way out there.
Yeah, Mitch straight after it with a 7-deuce game, opening from gun. It's called in 2 spots. Vinny with a Jack-9 suited, Dan defends the straddle with a Queen-6 suited. And I think if we elect to open the 7-deuce, we're just going to be c-betting most boards as Mitch as he does here. On the 10-10-8, Vinny makes the call with his up and down. Is that a 7?
7-deuce, are we going to get one straight off the bat?
Very unlikely, Tower, yeah. I can't see any way that Vinny doesn't win this pot now, turning straight, and Mitch going to have a tough task continuing out of position versus half. Do beat all this sort of Queen-Jack, Queen-9 type holding, some front door diamonds. So he's going to make the call. And it's a 10 on the river, so Vinny, get us out drawn here, Tower.
We're going to get the first £100 stand-up game.
I said it's not happening.
The
and
first stand.
Mitch goes perfect.
7-deuce, ladies and gentlemen. The 7-deuce wins. Oh no, he says, give me £100. There you go. All the one there's all the chips. Thank you. There's the 100. Go straight across. Now is it triggering the stand-up game?
They might not do it straight away, Tower, because obviously we're only 6-handed at the moment.
Yeah.
Table's not full, and still got Jamie and Carl to get here if they rock up mid stand-up game. So I think they're probably going to stay seated. I think that will probably start once the table is full.
Straight.
What have you been up to the last few weeks, Tower? You've been golfing much? Weather's been nice. There we go, story time.
They were just about to say, and we're playing the stand-up game. And I don't think they are, just to exactly what you said. How did the 66 to 1 shot get on?
Oh, no good. But I did come second out of 20 in the last round. The last round of on the Sunday. Yeah, I had a very good Sunday. I don't know what happened. I was hitting the ball straight. Honestly, I don't know what happened. Every ball, it wasn't nothing. It weren't thick, it weren't thin. It was just going straight. It was just on the green in 2, free putting for 3 points, and it's just like.
Who won it?
Finchy won it. One of the long shots, 34 handicapper. But. This is the problem. One of the problems with our society. So we do it once. We do it once every year.
Yeah.
And the handicap that you go off last year, you go off this year. Now Finchy was off 34 last year, and he's improved immensely over the last 12 months. So he was off 34 for this handicap, and he come in with 43 points on the first day. He got cut, I think, about 6 shots or something.
7 under.
It was hard. It was hard to catch him. It was hard for everyone to catch him, Tower. So. Yeah.
43 points, playing off 34. I can smell bandits. Glad you had a good time.
Yeah, it was a great laugh. I don't really go for the golf. I go for the crack, and it was actually nice to have a decent round on the Sunday. Booby flopping, top trips it. Need to get a picture change. Got Jamie Lee in 6-7.
I think PK tried changing them all. He told me what happens. He says it's the actual computer that randomly selects a picture if you've got more than one person in your bank of photographs that have got the same name, spelt exactly the same time. So if there's more than one Jamie, which there obviously will be, it'll flick in randomly flick in one. And that was Jamie Lee. Well, obviously Jamie Lee's coming to the table, but he'll be sat in seat 6.
Yeah, I believe he's here live, Tower, and
awesome.
You're all right. Stand-up game's going to start when the table's full.
Nice.
Then the 7-deuce will trigger the stand-up game when they're 8-handed.
Yeah. Excellent. So good evening, one and all. This should explode later today. Big cash game, 5, 10, 25.
You also like it on the Society Tower. You'll love this one on the Sunday.
Go on.
So I lost the hole, a
Yeah.
par 5. I got a 7 for 2, and
Yeah.
I lost to a 7 for 3 because someone got
7 for
yeah.
3.
Basically, if you have really bad rounds, if you get under 20 points, you get shots back for the next round of society. One of the 36 handicappers
Got an extra
got an
shot.
extra shot, so they're playing on 37. And on stroke index 1, the par 5, I've got a 7 for 2, which is great for me on stroke index 1.
Yeah.
And I've lost to a 7 to 3.
7 for 3. Oh, man. Oh, good evening.
How are we?
Any news, any exclusives before you go home? As we just started, come on, there's got to be an exclusive somewhere. Jim McShane's in the building.
There's some bad exclusives.
Oh, don't say that, you're live. Jamie, Bovic. I think we do change his name eventually, don't we?
Yeah.
To Bovic. Obviously, we've got Jamie Lee on the way as well. So Bovic in 7.
Yeah, back to back ace king then aces, and
Nice.
gets value here from Vinny with the 4. We're going to go for the second street here. Still potential 5s through 9s, 4x. Chart some sort of ace 5, 5-3 suited that Vinny will have.
6 of diamonds river.
Yeah, going to be an interesting one here for Boovie, whether to value bet. Well, Vinny goes for the lead here, so not actually going to be a decision here for Boovie versus third lead, just going to be a call.
It is.
I don't think no merit in raising now. Would have been an interesting decision if check 2, whether to value bet here or to check behind.
There you go. It says, I'll pay you off. It says, you win. Choosing the aces. Nice start for Boovie. Good evening, one and all. Good evening, Katie. Katie says, can I just put a message out to all the female players trying to play a game tonight? Of course you can. Get as many playing as possible, Katie. While you are home. Did I see that you already played down in Luton this week?
Yeah, I saw her Saturday evening. I'm not sure.
I went home for a birthday.
I think she probably would. She had heaps of chips when back end of day 1, I think, on the Saturday night. So knowing Katie with a stack like that is a locked up mink.
How did you do, Katie? And happy birthday, by the way. Happy belated. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Katie Swift. And as she said on her Insta, hashtag chapter 41. I like it. The site is currently down for maintenance, so the 7 o'clock free roll will not run, says Katie. Did not know that. Keep us informed, Katie. If it does come back, let us know. We've had quite a few problems, unfortunately, in the last month. I know it's high poker related, but still not good for the team.
Yeah. Boovie opening 3 hands in a row, and maybe Vinny just picking up on that and going for the 3 bet here with the offsuit ace blocker from the big blind. Don't actually mind it with this particular hand. Maybe need to go a pinch bigger, but still nicely done from Vinny with the ace 4.
So Katie says it's unlikely to run on the 8 o'clock game, unlikely as well. Sincere apologies. If it's sorted before that, she'll let us know. Thanks for the update, Katie. Didn't realise that the site was down. Yeah, we get Boovie's picture changed as soon as possible. That will get changed. Jamie Lee will be in 6 when he turns up. That's not Jamie Lee in seat number 7. That's Jamie Boovie. Boovie to everybody that knows him. Top ball says it's not been good on the side today as he's tried. Obviously the glitches are there. If it does start working and anybody gets into Katie's game or any other games, just let us know. C1 is the winner of the grand final last year, Dan Bedson. Says he plays a lot of cash and then he goes and wins the GUKPT.
Yeah, I think predominantly Dan is more cash game based. Bit annoying there for Sean having to fold the Queen 10 suited from the small with the button game in play, but Mitch with the 3-bet on the button versus Dan's cut-off open. I think versus Mitch here definitely can have some 4-bets with 9s. Mitch, very aggressive opponent, is going to attack a lot of cut-off opens from the button. 8-5 suited on this occasion. So I think going to 4-betting here, probably what we're going to lean more towards as Dan here. 3x sort of sizing out of position. And just a snap fold from Mitch. Dan does go for slightly north of 3x. Same result.
The Isle of Wight. Is that when you get to Portsmouth and then you have to go on a rowing boat and carry on?
On a little boat across
that the one?
there. Yeah.
Wow. Evening, Brad. Katie casting the 25.50, nothing deep, at a monster cooler. Hand to hand of day 2. That decimated your stack. And to the back to the old Swifty short shack nimble. Awesome. Well done, Katie.
Good start to the week. King 10 of diamonds here for Dan. Standard open. Real decision here. Makes it 75. Oh, here we go again. Mitch with the 7 deuce once more. And back-to-back 3-bets versus Dan. This one's not going to be getting through. And Vinny, ace-5 off, what's he thinking about? And Vinny just goes for the cold 4-bet rip here with ace-5 off. And gonna lose both Dan and Mitch from the hand, but Vinny, what a move here. Just picks up on it. Thinks that Mitch is gonna be 3-betting lighter than most. He's got the ace blocker, good unblocker. Let's send it into the middle. And Mitch obviously can't call off with 7 deuce, just saving some face hit. I hope Vinny shows this, or at least shows the 5.
Vinny. Nah, we're not doing it with a 7 deuce this time, says Mitch.
Show the 5, Vinny.
So Katie's not going to be playing the rest of the GUKPT because she's off to Bratislava. Obviously for poker and the Scandinavian Open.
How do you know that?
Which is on. Yeah, because, do you know what? Not only is the Bratislava on, there's 11 other countries to play poker this weekend. 11. They're everywhere. If you don't think things have opened up, San Remo's on, Bratislava, Hungary, Bulgaria, Rozvadov's on, there's Blackpool's on, Luton's on, I tell you, there's loads of places. So good luck, Katie. Good luck. It's the Bounty Hunter Days Festival. Not Rob Adams says horrible echo from the table, Mike. We are working on it because I've just said that to Paul, and PK is already working on it. Thanks, Mr. Not Rob Adams. But good luck in Bratislava, Katie. Off for the Scandinavian Open. Plenty going on.
The WSOP's on as well.
It is. WPT is in San Remo, and the World Series starts today with the. Is it the casino employees today and then the 25k tomorrow? I think that's how it might even be today, the 25k. So, yeah, the World Series is on. Just the 90 events to get stuck into this year.
And when the A's is this cash game running off, with this lineup, could be a few days.
Yeah, they might still be on tomorrow morning when we turn up for the eye roller.
Was it Midi that year in last year in Blackpool when they played the cash game all night long, still going at like the next afternoon and just jumped straight from the cash game, day 2 buying a high roller. been drinking all night playing cash. No sleep, straight in the high roller. So Mitch choosing to double barrel here. Dan from the straddle is going to have a lot of check call flops that want to be folding turn. All these sort of gut shots, 8x, even 10x going to have a tough task continuing without some sort of straight or flush draw to go with it. But Dan with his 2 overcards and up and down does make the call.
6 of clubs river.
And now ace queen here for Mitch. Obviously do show down versus some holdings, hand like Dan has, but there are a lot in there that Dan probably is going to have 2 check calls and folds, all like the jack 9, the 10 9, the 8 9, the 8 queen, all these sort of pair up and down pair gut shot type hands, even 10x of spades in there as well. He does have a lot of hands that are going to call to street and fold to a 3rd barrel, but Mitch thinks he's giving up, but actually going to show the best hand here. King queen for Dan, and Mitch going to show the ace high and take this one from Dan Bedson. Yeah, can't wait, Katie. Thoroughly enjoyed it last year. Looking forward to it again this year. It's just got to get Tower out there, because I missed you last year. You weren't there when I was there last year.
You were there quite late. Yeah, a lot later, weren't you? This year, you don't have any work on. This year, there's a Vegas package up for on Grosvenor. In fact, talking about the Vegas packages, seat 3.
Oh yeah, Sean, I forgot about that at the UK Open.
UK Open pulled out the ticket in the bounty. Boom, off to Vegas. So yeah, we are trying to sort out the table sound. PK is on it. Good luck if you're playing anywhere else apart from Luton this week. We will sort the sound out. Mick the Mod, good evening. And good evening, John Moore as well.
How many phones you take in Vegas, Jay, says Jim.
I bought him a phone with a drill hole in it with some string. It's going round his neck.
Little lanyard for me with my phone around it. I had a near miss with my phone the other day. Actually, I left it on just on the side in a coffee shop. I was like, my phone went back. It was still there, luckily.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And if I do get to Vegas, what I'm going to do is find Jay at the table, and I've had these little stickers made. If you find a phone, please find Jay Harwood.
Jamie Lee comes to the table. So I'm guessing that means Carl's probably going to be here as well. Both the lads from Birmingham Way. There's Vinny out flops. Jack here continues for 1-2-5. And Jack calling once with the ace-10 still can be the best hand. That's a lot of hands that Vinny wants to open from the cut-off. King of spades on the turn. And Jack does get there in the form of a straight. Probably likely to go check-check once 4 to flush does complete. It does go check-check. Jack shows the ace-10. Broadway getting there on the end versus Vinny. So Jamie just about to sit down.
quick look at the schedule for what we are here for Luton. This is it. We've got the cash on the Wednesday, right in the middle. The 25.50 has been and gone. I'll give you the results of that over this weekend as well as the mini. That's still going on. They'd only lost one person in, I think it started at 4. And might have been 5 actually. Rennie Share bust out.
Oh, she was second in chips.
She was out.
Wow.
She's the only person to bust so far. So that's on. We've got cash tonight, and then tomorrow main event starts. The high roller day 2 is what we're going to be doing. Don't forget the new start time for the high roller is 12:30. So the live stream will start at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So the reason for it is obviously because of the 2 levels of buying, 2 hours of buying, or the 2 levels of buying on day 2 as well as buy-ins before the day starts, so they brought it forward to 12:30. So we're on air tomorrow from 1. Friday is main event day, Saturday the Cup and the main, and then Sunday the seniors, the PLO, the Cup and the main event to finish off for Luton. It has been very busy so far.
So Jamie just sits down, very first hand. Opens pocket 7s, Jack 3-betting the ace queen hit. I think this is just always going to play his call here as Jamie with the 7s, but is just going to choose to rip it all in. First hand making a statement. Letting Jack know you're not going to be able to 3-bet us light. And this is a tough one for Jack with ace queen. Jamie obviously is someone that is capable of having bluffs. See, he's got a hand like 7s here on this occasion. Probably right on the cusp here for Jack. Let's make the call.
How many times are we running it? 7s and ace queen. Jamie Lee, Jack Veal. Ace 4, not a bad flop. Not a bad flop.
Okay, clubs on the turn, so looks like the first board going to be going the way of Jack.
Yep. We are running it twice. Any 7s about? Or any 5s?
There's the king of hearts, so that is a sweaty one.
That is.
Jack now picking up the flush draw, ace, queen or heart to scoop the whole pot. It's a deuce of spades, so we'll be
chopping up.
Chopped up.
Chop it up. Take your money back. Chop it up. So Luton, the final 5 days here in Luton. Cash today, the high roller tomorrow. And then main event Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Good evening, gents, says Dreamcast. Can you please tell us, can you please explain how the online holding tanks for Goliath work? Can you just register online for day 1 and then turn up on that chosen day and you'll have your seat? That's exactly correct. Pick a date. You're only allowed to pre-register for one day 1. You won't be able to do it for multiple. I don't know if you can do it for multiple, and then they'll just take your names out and it'll be the first day that you do play or do put your name down for one of the day 1s. But yeah, if you've registered for the holding tank, say you're playing day 1A and that's the day you want to play, just turn up. Your name will be on the list and it'll be go straight into the seating draw on day 1A. It is as easy as that. And obviously the closer we get to Goliath, one thing we won't be doing, unfortunately, from Sunday is telling everybody about it. because this is the last live stream before Goliath. So everything Goliath related, you'll have to watch on social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all those malarkeys for Grosvenor related posts. But yeah, if you put your name into a holding tank, find the day you want to play, and you will be automatically registered.
Yep, Billy comes to the table on Mo Muse. Billy in the house.
Muse. What more? So Vinny with the flush draw, boom, 2 of hearts, river, bets out 250 as he gets the check mark, and move it. I don't think he's going to be paying him off. Oh, he has. He's paid him off with a 2. I have it 2 pair, he says. Can you register with someone else's account, i.e. your old man, and transfer it to his name? I do believe, and I'll try and get clarification, but I do believe if your old man registers for Goliath and he wants to transfer it to your name, I'm pretty sure he would have to do it at Goliath and say he wants to transfer it, which means he'd have to turn up in Coventry. Pretty sure that's how it works. Yes, Nate, I tell you what, how do you actually get into the Championship, Sheffield Wednesday? How do you do it? 4-0 mauling at Peterborough. You somehow turn it around and score in the 98th minute to make it 4-4. Then you win in extra time, make it 5-1. And then you go to Wembley. In the 123rd minute, when there's no injury time, you score again. That was sensational. The biggest number of points never to get promoted automatically. The biggest comeback from a playoff ever, and now they're in the Championship. Well done, the Owls. Well done, well done, well done. Yeah, we do change Boovy's picture from Jamie Lee into Boovy. That does get sorted out, and his name also changes as well. And thanks for Smith. I told you, I don't know if you're watching the live stream last year, I told Trig, get on Michael Smith to score 20 goals for Sheffield Wednesday. If anybody can take the bet, get on it. And if he stays with you for next year, then you should do well again, because he is a good Championship player.
That's a match continuing. Just south of third, and Dan floats one with the King 6 suited, gets there on the turn, spikes the 3 outer.
So Ace King check for Mitch, Dan with the 6, takes a small pot. Good evening one and all, welcome to Luton. This is the cash game all the way through until 1:30. The last hand live will be 1 AM.
This is going to be one of the best Saturdays I've had in a long time, Nate, to be honest with you.
Why is that, Jay? Why is that?
Because I won't be all moody at 5 p.m. No table sound, says Ryan. I'll double check that.
Not at the minute. I know PK's already working on it. Obviously, when we turn it on and I can hear the table sound in my ear, and then we have problems. It does rectify itself. Up there. It doesn't rectify itself. PK sorts it basically. He is on it. Sorry about the table sound. We'll try and keep the mic on as much as possible.
Four deuce for Vinny in the small, gonna bump it up. Jamie A6 off in the big, just gonna let it go. Over to Boovy in the straddle with the nines. Makes it 300, and Vinny with the snap call with the four deuce off. Ace 8 deuce rainbow. Check, check, 10 on the turn. And Vinny going to lead for 250. Boovy, easy call with position here. Not folding just yet. Still going to have to take one off. Hoping we get some checks from Vinny on the river. Vinny may start leading some 8x, as we can see here. Deuce X on this occasion. A jack of spades. And Boovy's actually got a lovely candidate here, Tower, to potentially go for the bluff raise here with the pocket nines, 9 of spades. But I think once postures like this, only thinking about calling or folding. A really, really tidy candidate, this one. I think nines, 9 of spades really go after some one pair, even two pair holdings going to be in the blender. If Jamie did elect to raise here. There's one thing knowing that could potentially turn this one into a bluff, and a complete different thing actually going for the move. But it looks like Jamie just going to count out the calling chips, makes the call with the pocket nines, and they're going to be good. Vinny shows the four deuce, Boovy with the nines, hero on the river. 2.4k pop.
Very nice indeed. Great start for Boovy. Can you remember Nicky the Wig and Crazy George getting engaged during GUKPT Edinburgh? Yes. Kevin the Carrot has organised a stag do at the Goliath. Oh, that's brilliant. Looking forward to meeting you guys. Fantastic. Are you getting dressed? Is it going to be fancy dress? Is Kevin the Carrot going to be one? Is Nicky going to will Nicky be wearing a wig? Is George really crazy? All these questions. So 5, 10, 25. We had a couple of games going on in the sides.
Ace queen for Mitch makes it 75. Sean, haven't seen much of him so far. Going to choose the A7 suited. Find a free bet. Hijack versus counterfeit. Vinny with the king 5 of spades. Any cold fours coming in? No, just going to play the cold call. Would love to see the cold 4 found here from Vinny if we're going to continue with the suited king. Comes back around to Mitch, who's never going to be folding. May even be thinking here about 4-betting the ace queen. Probably reads into Vinny's flat as never a trap, and will know that Sean is more than capable of finding good 3-bet bluffs. So the ace queen offsuit, I think, could definitely find a 4-bet here. Maybe start calling the suited. Let's see what Mitch opts for. He's going to go for the 4-bet to 1k. Like it, and should be end at hand. However, with Vinny amongst it, you never know. The button money is if you win a hand. It did start off on the small blind, but it has now been changed. If you win a hand on the button, you win what the contents of the button. Everyone putting £100 on, so decent.
Which would you prefer?
Decent sum of money.
Does it matter?
To be honest, I prefer the small blind tower.
Yeah.
I just think it's harder to win from the small. I think button folds you on a button, open button straight away, like you got a big chance of winning the pot. Whereas small blind, I think, a bit more difficult. I'm going to be out of position every street.
So if you win the hand on the button, you win the money on it. Is it 25 per hand or 10?
I think it's 25 on the button, 200 on there, 200 odd.
Yep, it's on. It is on. So win the hand on the button, you win the money on the button. Live streaming all the way through until 1:30 in the morning. If you're having problems getting on Grosvenor Poker for tonight's Katie game plus any others, then there has been issues cited by Katie. Fingers crossed they sort themselves out.
Yeah, so Jamie, you're going to let it go. Maybe it's not coming just yet, Tower. I know it started off as small blind wins the button, but it does get changed to the button wins the button very shortly. And Boovie with the ace-4 makes it 75. Mo calling the queen 10. Jackson with the king deuce. All three blinds go into the flop. 10-5 deuce rainbow. So Boovie with the ace-4 will draw a nice candidate to continue. We'll draw an overcard. I'm going to run into the top pair of Mo here. I think either way here for Mo. Obviously never fold in. Think we can definitely play flat, and I don't think raising ever going to be a bad thing here. And a 3-blind coup, small blind, big blind, and the straddle. Mo does just elect 4 flat, and Jack comes in with the overcall, getting a nice price behind. I think this is probably where hand should be over, depending on size. Mo's gone for just south of half.
Update on the mini, there are 6 players left. Rennie finished in 9th, Cal Morial finished in 8th, and initials of BK finishing in 7th.
Is that Bav Cattry? Was he on the final table?
Yes, it could actually be.
I don't know if he was there. So.
No, I don't think he was. I think he was in the building. I think he was playing the high roller. So there's 6 left in the mini.
Brian Kim, that would be.
Well done, Brian.
Brian Kim in 7th.
Well done, Brian.
What's the min / max in this game? Min £1,000, so 40 big blinds, assuming the straddle's not on, and there is no max. So if you wanted to pull up as much as you wanted, that would be fine. So first time we see the 50 straddle on. Mitch Johnson getting the straddle on. Vinny limping in the hijack. Over to Boovie on the button, out the way. Mo folds in the small. Surprised to see that from Mo with a button game in play. I think we can plausibly complete with any 2 there, with an additional what looks like 275 to be won from the button. But let's it go. Mitch going to get the chance to check his option once Dan completes in the 3rd blind. King 10 queen, 2 hots. Going to be a situation of first sign of aggression, likely to take this one down. 6 on the turn does give Dan the best hand in the form of a pair and comes out firing. We're going to get value from the ace high of Vinny here. Does have a Broadway draw and position. And queen on the river. I'm probably just going to be check now. Never getting value from worse, I don't think, as Dan here with 6. Unless he really thinks he can get some ace high calls from Finney, and if that's the case, what a value bet this is with just the 6. Because I just don't see us ever getting called by worse here, so it becomes a nice check with our 6. But if he thinks that Vinny will pay him off with some ace highs, then there you go. What a value bet from Dan. Goes for value with just the 4th pair.
Yes, Rob, we've already cited that there are issues. Katie posted that the online site is having issues again. Don't know whether it's all iPoker wide or what it is, but they do seem to be having problems, unfortunately. Okay, you know, there's a game at 8 o'clock and a free roll at 7. If there is any more news that we get, we will bring it to you, but at this moment there are a few problems. Oh, it's just Grosvenor, not iPoker. Thanks, Katie. Thanks for that. If you do manage to get your game running at 8 o'clock, good luck. If not, then we'll hopefully and hope that we're back up and running for the weekend. Oh, the casino's crashing as well. Maintenance being done on site. The whole website. Well, fingers crossed it all sorts itself out.
Well, that's strange. Jamie folding 10-7 suited in the cut-off. I guess the 100 straddle was on. So effectively got 5 blinds to get through, so need to be tighter, makes sense. Vinny getting the 100 on, Sean raising 3x, effectively blind on blind here. Straddle versus straddle. And ace 4 off here for Vinny, got one that could potentially start finding some free bet bluffs here. That is just going to play cool with position, going to be fine as well.
10-9-6, rainbow.
It's a Sean flopping double gut shot, 2 overcards here out of position. Starts with check. Right, on this board, out of position, I think we are going to have pretty heavy checks here as the raiser. And Vinny just sends a 5k plaque into the middle, announces 500. And Sean goes for the check shove here with the king jack.
Like it.
We're going to have over pairs here as our value as well, Tower. This is a nice board with this stack depth to start check shoving like hands through jacks and aces. So then we're going to need some bluffs in here. King jack, very nice one to do it with. We'll have some queen jack as well for an up and down, and 2 overcards. Gets Vinny off the best hand. Very well played from Sean.
So 5, 10, 25 cash game tonight. Last hand for us on the stream will be 1:30, and back tomorrow at 1 PM on the live stream as we start High Roller Day 2. $187 played the 25k, the first event in Vegas.
It's a lot for a 25k.
And you can buy in today too. Did you hear Andy Wilson's little rant about it?
No, I'd never.
About his theory and day 2 buy-ins are completely ruining poker.
Haven't seen it, but
He was sat on a balcony
Oh, was he?
somewhere, and it was a nice, just no ranting, no shouting, no raising voices, just generally chatting away about day two buyings, proper.
Did you? Here's the killer question: did you understand anything he was saying? Tower?
Yes, I actually did, and I watched it twice. I actually did, and I could see his point of view.
Yeah.
Because everybody seems to be max late reg and everything, and everybody's playing 12 and 14 big blind poker.
People aren't stupid, Tower. That's the thing. It's if people find any sort of edge or a way to potentially maximise their wins, then they're going to do it.
Yeah.
People don't realise it. It's just a smart crowd of people, poker players.
And a lot of people chat in the same groups as well. All the clever people, all the good poker players, they're not all good just for a reason. They do chat a lot as well.
Jamie Lee getting the 100 straddle on here. Boovie opening the ace king from the hijack, and Vinny in the straddle with the 7 deuce. Oh no, he's going to play flat, so not going to get in too much trouble just yet. We are going to be going three-way because this is just a mandatory call for Jamie. Not a hand that we ever want to be squeezing as a bluff, just a nice one, good playability. So call closing the action and go three-way. So 940 in the middle, big pot brewing already.
8-3-2 flop, rainbow.
I think either or here for Jamie. I think betting going to be fine, checking going to be fine, three-way with position. Opts for the C-bet. Just south of half. And Vinny does have bottom pair, so he's going to play cool. It's an interesting one for Jamie at this stack depth, effectively with 28 bigs behind, playing with the 100 straddle on to start the hand. Like, may just be a pinch too much to start check jamming, but looks like he is going to go for the aggressive approach, goes for the check raise. Jamie stacks out Tower, definitely. He's got another biscuit behind there, plus a nice column of 100 chip, so actually slightly deeper hit.
Yeah.
Jamie goes for the check raise with top pair, knowing that Bouvier is going to have lots of continues with all these sort of high cards, the Broadway holdings with no pair. Just denying equity to these type of hands.
He has raised it up, there we go. I think the action tracker just realised that Jamie has raised it up. Raises to 1.6.
Now, Vinny, how much do we want that £100 bounty and to get the stand-up game on? That is the question. Well, Vinny is going to call. 7 deuce game is on. £100 bounty from each player also triggers the stand-up game. So, Vinny going to take one off.
5 of hearts turn.
And then with Jamie now, got slightly more than 1.2, looks like 1.7, 1.8, so still probably happy. Well, Vinny's going to go for the donk jam here with the 7 deuce.
Oh, Jamie.
And this is horrible for Jamie because, like, what bluffs is Vinny going to do this with? Is he just going to start sending some 4-5 after he picks up a pair? Maybe a hand like deuce X of hearts in there, some sort of 8-6 of hearts, 7-8 of hearts, all these sort of 8x of hearts that we do beat. But could also be some hands in here, just some bare 8x that see the turn and still see they got top pair. Vinny might start doing this with some jack 8 for ace 8 tower. May elect to take this line with some better 8x here, so it's a really gross spot for Jamie. But the problem that I've got is the Vinny factor. Vinny is one that can show up with any given holding in any given spot and can be very difficult to come to the correct decision versus him. Ace 4 completing, 4-6 completing. And the thing is, on 8-3 deuce rainbow, like, what hands is Vinny going to call Boovie C-bet and then still continue versus Jamie's raise? Like, if I'm Jamie, I'm thinking a lot of the 3x, the deuce X are going to start folding, so Vinny could definitely have a set here. Deuces, threes that have opted to play in this man up. Would he just start donk jamming some 5-3 suited, some 8-5 suited? Jamie needs to ask himself these questions. I guess we do beat the 8-9, the 7-8, the 6-8 that picks up a gut shot with top pair. Some 8x of hearts we beat as well. And then maybe the 4-5 suited, as we mentioned earlier. It's now picked up a pair and just going to go with it with this SPR. But real tough spot for Jamie. He's not sitting with 1.2 back here, guys. He's slightly deeper. I think he's got about 1800 in his stack. So essentially, it's around 40% SPR. Top pair's top pair. And against Vinny.
There we go. Great call. At this precise moment, it's a great call. It shows him the 8.
He's going to show him the deuce, ain't he?
And he's shown the 7 deuce has been tabled. Oh, the 7-2 has been tabled.
They're going it twice, so for the bounty for the first board, Jamie is going to get 100 bounty. Oh, they're not going twice, they are going once. Thought we might be going twice, but one time, says Jamie Lee. And going to scoop the biggest pot of the night so far, just under 7k. Heart from Vinny though, I love to see it, with just the heart to still just try and win the bounty, regardless of turn card. Jamie can still have very strong hands once he check raises flop, but undeterred just elects to jam all in and put Jamie in a tough spot, to be fair. I think versus Vinny, Jamie just deducting top pair here, probably a little bit too strong to be folding, getting that price versus this particular opponent. Nice hand from the 2, enjoyed that one.
How many chips did they give him back? 400? 300? 3. So it's stacked slightly out on the tracker, but he has pulled up already. Yeah, Chris, watching on Face It, it's not just the poker side as well, it's the casino side of it as well. So maintenance are working on it as we speak, and fingers crossed we do get back with the games.
Ben makes a very good point. It's more than likely an extra £100 bounty for Vinny, because there's no chance he loses the stand-up game, is there, Tower?
No, incoming. That's not cautious.
No, I believe what happened, Cole's stuck in traffic. There's a bit of traffic coming into Luton.
Standard.
So I think someone is going to play over Cole's box until he gets here. I think that everyone's just letting him know seats reserved, someone's stuck in traffic. If you want to play, you can play, but once Cole comes to the table, you're going to have to leave, whether you're losing, whether you're winning. These are the spots you don't mind doubling up to when you're playing over a box till someone gets there and no one can go hit and run.
If you do lose your spot and you've doubled up, and then there's a free space coming back to the table, do you have to come back with that amount, or can you come back with your normal pull?
No, you come back with that amount. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
Is that the normal thing to do?
Yep.
So if you're playing a £5 table, you double up to 10. When you come back again, you got to put your 10 in.
Yeah,
there.
exactly
So
right.
I'm not playing that game. No way. So they're just telling him that Carl is on his way. Traffic on a Wednesday afternoon on the M1. The M6 is atrocious. God, we even stopped at just before Liverpool today on the way down. Liverpool, Stoke, stopped at just everywhere. Traffic everywhere.
Do we know who this player is, Tal? We got a name or? David Lonoré.
David Lonoré had a lot more hair last time I saw David. Not being funny, David had he had more hair than Boovy. A lot more. David Lonoré used to wear the old series that we used to film in Reading when in Stoke.
So Vinny opens ace-3 off from gun. Jamie going to flat the queen jack off here from +1. Mitch in with the jack 4 of spades, looking for the money on the button. No one won it in a while, so building up nicely and gets a delicious flop here.
King Jack 4.
Mitch flopping bottom 2 pair. And Jamie got a nice one to check here, so he's going to check behind with the queen jack, 8 of spades on the turn. And 4-away here. Could see Mitch start going for value. Looks like he is reaching for chips and does bet. Goes for the overbet, 500 into 300, trying to make it look like he's on the still for the button, but did have value. Gets Jamie off a second pair. Shows the jack 4. Boovy with the ace king, raising to 150. And Jack Phil with the tens. Playing fairly snug today. I've seen Jack a lot on the cash game streams last 12 months. I think this is one of the tightest I've seen him play. Hasn't really had much distribution though, saying that. Can't just get involved with the 9-3 off, the 10-4 off. So 3 betting the 10s here to 450. And Vinny does have a pair in the third blind. Going to cold call. Going to get some bad news very shortly because Boovy here with the ace king. Once Vinny cold calls here, I think we are almost always 4 betting this one. Somewhere around the 1400, 1400 here, multi-weight.
There's a 500 plaque from Boovy.
I think they're 5k plaques, Tower.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, 4 bet to 5k.
Well,
You're
just
right.
essentially setting everyone in. Like 4 bet size versus Jack is essentially over half of his stack.
Yeah.
And I guess Boovy's probably thinking that Vinny, once he cold calls, not really going to have any continues versus the 4 bet. And Jamie does get Jack off the best hand.
Well then, Vinny. Now, if anybody can call, Vinny can call.
Oh, Vinny does put it in with the pocket freeze.
Here we go.
Vinny's going to love to see that. He's going to love to see the ace king. And on the flip side, Boovy's going to hate to see that up against freeze, hoping to have Vinny in a dominated spot. Or at least be equity favourite. But going to need to hit now.
And boom, ace, 4, 4.
Very nice start for Boovy. Fading 2 3s.
There
Does. they are going twice, not the best river to see, but looks like was just the one time. Cut card on top of the deck. And Boovie going to ship the biggest pot of the night so far. 5 figures going his way with the Ace King, sporting a 6.3k profit. Biggest winner on the night so far. Sean, I did actually just go back and look at that hand while that hand was playing out. It looked like he had 1800, unless there's a biscuit hiding under the 1k chip he's got, but looked like Jamie Lee had 1800, that hand against Vinny, on the turn decision in his stack. Unless there's another 1k chip, I can't see at this camera angle, but I think it was around 1800 he had the 10-8 of clubs hand. So Vinny, he'll be back.
Will Vinny be back? There's no chip in the on the table.
He will be back.
He will. Scott says we're watching on Facebook. What are you lot doing? EastEnders is on. Is it still going, that EastEnders? Is it really?
Yeah, blues are 1k, Sean. You're actually spot on. I've just zoomed in. I've full screened it. I've zoomed in. Yeah, he's got 2 biscuits there. So Jamie did have about 3k in his stack. That hand versus Vinny. We will get stack sizes rectified. It's very difficult for our action tracker with the side games going on. Money on the button, money flying about with bounties. It's so difficult to keep stack sizes immaculate.
Am I doing some of them exercises? What exercise?
What's going on here? Boovie with Ace King again. I think 4th or 5th time so far this cash game. And straight in for the squeeze. And now it has changed out to the button winning. That's why Sean's in with the 9-3 off on the button. Button wins the contents of it. If they win a hand on the button, not the small blind anymore, has changed.
Am I doing some of them exercises? Exercise, eggs on the side. Is that what it means? Bacon? Does it for me. Oh, I see. I see the yoga in the background. I get you. Apparently, it's pretty good for you, that yoga. Yeah. Jack doing a few stretches in the background. Good old Jack. He has to climb out of a McLaren F1 every day. It's like he's driving on the floor. That's why he has to stretch his back. Sixes for Sean. Starting 3. Just calls a 75.
Yeah, and going to be a squeeze here from David to our Ace Jack off here. Hijack versus cut off, 2 competent players. This one's just going to find its way into the 3-bet range. However, David goes massive here. Oh, okay, buttons, and that makes sense. The button game's in play. So David going for some extra juice on this one. Like standard size here, going to be around between 300 350. David really putting some extra juice on this, and could be an incoming cold 4 here from Boovie. With the button game in play, with the jacks, happy to 4-bet call this one off. I think with David on the button, and there is the cold 4 from Boovie. And Ace Jack off here for David. Just gonna have to get out the way here. I always find in live poker spots as well that these sort of spots here, when Jamie has just 3-bet the last couple of hands, that this one is just going to be more weighted towards value. I know this is a 4-bet, not a 3-bet, but I do find in these sort of live scenes, once someone 3-bets a couple of hands in a row and then they 3-bet the 3rd time, I do find that it's more weighted towards value. And I think the Ace Jack off here from David just going to have to get out the way. Love the 3-bet. Even get behind the bigger size because of the money on the button, but now this has just got to go in the muck. We have no fold equity with a 5-bet rip, so if we do go all in, we're always going to showdown, unless he thinks that Boovie's just getting way out of line here, which I don't think is ever going to be the case. against this particular stack depth. Like, if Dave had like 5-6k, maybe Boovy's going to have some more bluffs in there, but I think once Dave has 2.4k and Boovy puts in over half our stack, knowing that he's going to have to call off if we 5-bet rip, that it's just going to be more value heavy. But still keeping hold of the ace-jack off here. Really thinking about, I'm really surprised to see this lengthy tank tower.
Should be in the muck. And there they go. In the muck, there you go. Move it. Adds to his stack, go to 12.2.
Yeah, storming it.
What's a start? Try and keep you updated on the minute during the evening. We know they were down to 6. And they're still on 6. Brian the last out, Cal Moriel out, and Rennie 7, 8, 9. There are still 6 left. Lost cameras. Sean with the ace jack, raising to 125. David Coles with the 5s.
Yeah, these sort of middling to small pocket pairs. Just going to play a lot of calls versus opens. As David does hit. Heads up between Sean and David. Oh, no, Danny's going to come along with a 10-4 suited in the straddle, getting a nice price.
Queen 10-3, 2 clubs.
I think red ace jack here. Happy to play check here as Sean. I think we're going to have heavy check. Maybe we had 1 club. We're going to lean more towards c-bet, but like decision to check this one. Free weight, out of position to 1 player. 9 of clubs on the turn. It does pick up a flush draw with a bare 5 of clubs here, David. Sean picking up and up and down now. That check through to David once more. Looks like everyone's in the hunt for showdown. 6 of diamonds on the river, and I think this is just always check through. Don't see any merit in betting for anyone here. Dan, very difficult to get called by worse. David happy to show down the 5, still beating some ace highs, and Dan going to be very wide in the straddle. It looks like Sean is going to go for the bluff on the river, so credit to Sean. Spot where I probably would have been checking fairly often. Sean does try to find the bluff with the ace jack, and Dan going to pay it off with second pair after check to the river. So guys, I'll let Tower give you the news. Oh,
that's why. That's why we're looking down, heads down, because PK has realised that there's a couple of cameras that have starting to get a little bit faulty, and unfortunately, before the action really heats up, we are going to have a stop and a start there. The sound's gone around the table. We keep flickering. Not a lot we can do about it, unfortunately. So we're going to give this lad time to have a 4-course meal, and we'll be back in 30 minutes. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, but PK does need to restart. We're back with all the action. All the players will still be exactly the same, but in 30 minutes' time. Apologies.
See you in 30.